My burden is to be a teacher. My life has taught me many times, I know it is my dharma to go through the pits that people don't want to go through. Not that the knowledge could be gained in other ways. The experience couldn't be. And that's how I relate. Because I have to go through the thing in order to be able to actually be able to talk, not to be able to teach, but to be able to talk about it in a way to be able to empathize, to say, I know how it feels because I did it. I did the things the wrong way.
And I think with your help, men can get there without having to experience it, but majority can't. So unless they're really committed to it, and this guy in the email does seem like that. And if they're coming to you, I know you will put them through other things that will get them ready, almost like a man boot camp for a relationship. Like you're the only man that I think can really teach relationships in the way that they need to be taught. It's all the other stuff too. Yeah, exactly. Like it's more than just the words. It's definitely the actions. But I guess I want to end it on one last question for you. And I want you to give me like a full in-depth answer.
Okay.
Because you got married really young.
Yeah.
And do you genuinely feel like you could have learned, though, everything that you've learned? Because I do think from the outside, you learned a lot from that relationship. So again, it's hard for me to sit here and be like, it's not a little bit like scary that a guy hasn't been in a relationship at all. Like, yes, what you said, if some guy showed up and was like, I built all this for you. Yeah, that is swoon worthy. It will go viral on the internet. Women will be like, I want this love to kidnap me or whatever they're saying on the internet now. But genuinely, do you feel like you could have learned all of that if you were single for that time instead of getting married young?
I'll tell you this. So a couple things. So one, my path is not your path, right? And so like my path, my burden, whatever it is, my thing is to be a teacher, right? Like, and I'm not saying this in an arrogant way. It's like I have to go through. Like my life has taught me many times, I know it is my dharma to go through the pits that people don't want to go through. So that, not that the knowledge could be gained in other ways, but
you think so? Without the like experience?
The experience couldn't be. And that's how I relate. Because I have to go through the thing in order to be able to actually be able to talk, not to be able to teach, but to be able to talk about it in a way to be able to empathize, to say, I know how it feels because I did it. I did the things the wrong way, or whatever. Like, they're not, I went through the pits, the pain, right? So my path is not your path, right? But also where I learned a lot of the things was actually when I was outside of the path, when I was doing things that I wasn't supposed to be doing, right? And dating women, because at that point I started to see the beauty of the feminine. I started to like appreciate a woman for own, and I mean it can sound bad, but I don't mean it to sound bad, but for only one night, because that's all that I was going to get, right? And so that forced me in a way to accelerate this process of development, of understanding, of being able to see the beauty.
But you developed yourself as a man in the other relationship. So like
in ways, like I forged myself, but some of the circumstances that caused that evolution were not they're not necessary for every man to go through those type of things, right? Like you can self-initiate if you understand. Like if I had a teacher, a mentor, like I am trying to be, I could have gone through that development
without the experience.
Right. Because I had to find my way through being pummeled. And that is what, it's like, you don't have to do that. If you had, like, I didn't know about modern traditional, I didn't have any of this, the knowledge or wisdom that we're sharing. And I stumbled upon resources eventually and books and stuff. I didn't have anyone who role models or anyone that could teach me these things so it's like, you don't have to go through that gauntlet of, it's like,
It's just hard because I, again, have learned a lot of things from experience, and a lot of things that have stuck with me or have like helped me learn even more have been experiences. And so I think that's what trips me up the most. Like, and as a woman, like I said, we have baggage early on, you know, and so as long as a man, and I think with your help, men can get there without having to experience it, but majority can't. So unless they're really committed to it, and this guy in the email does seem like that. Yeah. And if they're coming to you, I know you will put them through other things that will get them ready, almost like a man boot camp for a relationship. Like you're the only man that I think can really teach relationships in the way that they need to be taught and prepare a man the way that he needs to be prepared for a modern traditional relationship.
Yeah.
So I do believe that, and I do believe you. Yeah. It's just, it's hard for me to discredit, you know, the experience part of it when it's taught you so much, it's taught me so much, it teaches people a lot. But I agree that it's not 100% necessary.
Not everyone's called to do what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good enough to be the man for your woman. You don't have to be the man that helps other men be the man for their, like, that's my path, right? Again, I'm not trying to like put myself as high, like it's not about me. It's about like, that's why my path was necessary, right? It's because if that's not what you're going to do, then that's not a path that's necessary for you.
But I just think that I guess I just need men to realize, and you've spelled it out really well too, though, that what it actually takes to be able to learn these things without experiencing it, because it's not going to be easy.
Well, you're going to have to experience it. But I'm saying you can prep yourself first.
Avoid a lot of baggage, like you said, by you know, not throwing yourself in there when you're not ready.
And then you're going to experience it because like, I mean, maybe that's worth spend just a tiny bit to talk about, is that have no illusion as a man. If you wait through your 20s and you read all the books that I told you to read and you do all the stuff and whatever, and then in your 30s you start to seriously date a woman, the first time that you get into an argument with her and she is emotional and you're like, I need to validate her emotions, you're just gonna be like, you're gonna cry or you're gonna yell or whatever. Like you're not gonna do it. Like you're more prepared because at least you have it in your mind, but you're still not gonna do it. It's just like, you know, if someone's like
used it in real life,
if just someone's like, okay, when if you see a cougar like on the trail, like make yourself big and go and then, you know, cats will run away. Like you're gonna freeze. You're gonna be like, oh shit, right? Like that's what's gonna happen, you know. But if you continually face the cougar, then you're gonna. But so what I'm saying is that you like, don't have any kind of illusion that somehow you're going to be prepared for this, because you're not going to be prepared for it. Like you can't be prepared for it, but you can know. It's just like my friend Micah, right? He came. His son is Jonah is entering the Navy SEALs program, right? Mm-hmm. And when we talked to Jonah's like, oh yeah, this is first week is going to be like this, and then most of the people get weeded out here. Then the hardest thing is the boat crew. We're going to do the boat crew thing, and then like, you know, they switch up the teams because, you know, a lot of people drop, and he's got it all locked down. Like he knows exactly what, and it's good because he's knowledgeable,
what to expect,
but he's not prepared, because you can't be prepared, because when he's there, it's going to be. It doesn't matter how much knowledge he has about that whole thing. I mean, I know he's going to succeed because of who he is, but
you don't know until you're actually in it, for sure.
And that's like how 100%. It's going to be. That's how. But at least now you have the framework to work with as a man. But just don't kid yourself in thinking that somehow you're going to just excel at. You're going to suck at this job first.
Yeah,
and then you're going to get better.
Well, and I guess.
Better than perfect, we stay.